Hi everyone, it's Ashley here with 15 Hats, and today we're going to be talking about Asana and how to use it as your CRM software. If you don't know what CRM stands for, it is Client Relationship Management, and it is imperative for your business. So let's get started on how to use this free tool for your business. So when you log into Asana, this is going to be your homepage. So it has everything on there for your projects and all the different things that you have going on will all be located here. The next thing I want to mention is up in the upper left, you have an area called My Tasks. That's where when you assign tasks to yourself in all your various projects, we're going to be focusing on the CRM portion of that project. Whenever you assign tasks in there and put due dates, they're going to show up in your My Tasks. So we'll go a little bit more in depth with that. So next we're going to go into the actual project, the CRM. So there are multiple different ways that you can view this. And this is one of the reasons why this free tool is amazing, especially if you have, like for me, my husband is on mine so he can have access and we share everything. So our personal to-do list, our personal projects, any other business projects that we have, they're all here in Asana and we both have access to it and can see. So in here, he prefers one view and I like the other, but you have list view, which is where it's going to literally just put everything in a chronological list. Then you have board view, which is what I actually use. That's his favorite, but what I use for my CRM purposes. And then all these other views that you can go into. But I think the board view is probably going to be the easiest for our purposes. So when you're in here, you can see I have one client already listed in here. So again, I'm going to show you this client and there is so much information in here. You do not need to track all of this if it is not beneficial to you. You're going to need to tailor it to what works with you and your business. I like having a checklist that I like go down and boom, 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 boom. And I know that I have everything that I need for my clients. So when I go into this fake client, it has everything. So I have purchases, interest, sample sent, gift sent, beauty book, that's our catalog, what version I've sent them, because then we come out with new versions with new products and I want to make sure they have the most updated version. So I have which version they've been sent, whether I've offered a party because we're a party-based company, whether I've offered them the opportunity if it's something they'd be interested in, when's their birthday, whether we're Facebook friends, because believe it or not, a lot of my clients I'm only Facebook friends with half of them. And then I go looking for them and I'm like, what? Anyways. Side squirrel. So then I have whether they're in our Facebook VIP, if they're on the email list, Shout is my text service, and on Instagram. Again, this is literally everything in the kitchen sink. So if this is not useful to you, you will change it out and tailor it to your business. So let's go into purchases. So when my clients make a purchase, I come in here, you click this little cloud talking thing, and currently right now it's all listed in the description from when I imported it. I actually am going to copy, cut, and then I am going to put it down here in a comment because this is going to give me the date that they actually made that purchase. So for this one, it's like a lump of all the purchases that they have made up until this point. But going forward, it's going to date it. So each time they make a purchase, I just have to comment it there and then it will date it for me and I can see when they actually made that purchase. The other cool thing is in here, you can do subtasks. So I can say, oh, okay, it looks like she has a mascara. She's going to need a refill of that generally after 3 months. So I could say mascara refill message. So I need to remind her that she's might be running low on her mascara. So I can come in here, I will assign it to myself. That's important so that it shows up on your tasks. You can assign it to yourself and then give well, I guess I don't want to put it in the past, huh? And then assign a due date. So from here, it will now show up out here in my tasks. So while we're here, let's just go a little bit over here. Everything that you assign is going to show up in my recently assigned. So these can be dragged and this one's going to be tomorrow. So I will just stick it down here in upcoming. If you put it in later, then I believe it when it's within 7 days, it puts it into upcoming. And then when it's the next day or today, it moves it up in today. into today. So that way it keeps you on track. So you have to physically move it out of those recently assigned tasks and move it down here, and then it will shift it for you based on the due date that you assigned. But you have to have assigned the due date. So that is definitely important. But you can see what it is, mascara refill. If you click on it, it actually tells you over, let me close this over here. It tells you over here what client it is, so you know exactly who it is that you need to either email or message or call, whatever method you use for your business. You know exactly who it is, and then you can come in to that, go back to purchases, and you can check it off and be done with it. So one of the things is that it will stay there because it's a subtask. So you can actually delete this very easily by doing tab, I think it's backspace. Yeah, tab backspace, and it will delete it. There are so many keyboard shortcuts in here that as you start to learn them, you're going to speed up even faster with this process. So let's go back to this client. Let me go back to the CRM project and board. You can set which board you would like to be the main view. If you go over here and then you go to, where is it? Save layout as default. So this one is, now that I've saved it and I'm on board, it will open up in board. So if you have a preference, then I would just set it so it does that. And then another thing is you can import CSV files from here. So once you know kind of what you want in here, you can import directly from here, and that will save you so much time. I imported like 400 clients or something crazy. So I didn't have to key it in. So now I just have to kind of move things around, but for the most part, the hard work was done. So Asana has a great resource for that. If you need more information, it's right there on their website on how to actually import. So let's go back into this client and talk about a couple other things. So I showed you how to put your purchases in and how to assign it to yourself and date it. The same thing with birthdays. So if her birthday, I think it's set up here at 5/17. So I would come over here and say, May 17th is the birthday. And if you do this, it's not going to go anywhere. So you have to assign it to yourself, like I said before. And now it will also be a reminder up on my homepage, which is amazing. So this particular client I'm Facebook friends with, she's in my VIP group, on my email list, she's in Shout, she's also following me on Instagram, so all the things. So I like to leave these particular ones here because that way I know I have checked them. You can delete them. You don't have to have them at all, but I like having these ones here so that I can see I completed these tasks because these are important for my particular business. And then again, gifts sent. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. It's all the different gifts I've sent. I don't want to send my clients the same gifts. I mean, that would stink. And then same thing with samples. You want to make sure that you're sending different samples. So I have that in here. You can literally do so many things with that. So that is the clients file. Now for these columns, prospects are, that word is so cold, I feel like, but prospects are people that I've met, haven't made a purchase, they're not sure, maybe they need more information. So I would list them here in this column because they haven't physically made a purchase yet. So they're not a client, but you also don't want to lose track of important things for them. If you told them you were going to send a sample or you told them you're going to send information, you need to have that marked in your to-do date. So that's what I would list here in prospects. And then in clients, this will list all of your clients here. You can see outstanding tasks. You'll have the due dates for the specific things that you want. So that client, we put in the birthday and the refill reminder. Then if she was currently shopping, say she told me, oh, I'm going to get caramel apple. Let me see what else I need refills on. I personally would move her to this currently shopping category. So that way I'm able to, you would be surprised as your client base starts to grow, depending on what business you're in. Sometimes you just like really lose track and then you forget. And even the client is like, they forget. And then they're like, oh, I meant to order. I never did. So I just put them there. Keep myself sane. Then once their order's in process, I've sent their invoice or whatever selections they made, I would move them here to order in process. And before I have actually taken it to the post office, they would be sitting here. So I've sent the invoice, I'm waiting for it to be paid, or I'm waiting for me to package it. That's what this column would be. And then once I send it, I'm going to move them over to the deliver follow-up, and I will change the due date on when I need to discuss with them. So I usually like to give them them 2 days or 2 to 3 days once they've had their package to reach out and just make sure that they received it, nothing, that they didn't have like something broken in transit, and to see if they've had a chance to try it. If they haven't, no worries, because guess what? I'm going to follow up again in 2 weeks. So this is just the natural process that I follow. And then from here, I would already have their 2-month follow-up or 3-month or whatever I talk to most of my clients in between. But if there's someone who maybe they order online regularly from me and we don't talk a ton, I would select whatever refill reminder date would already be marked in here. So once they've hit this 2-week follow-up, I'd bring them right back over here and drop them in clients. So from here, then you'll just have whatever refill reminders pop up on your My Tasks, or if you're going to go in, or maybe they had a big life event happen and you want to mark it in here, like they're getting married or they're pregnant and expecting their child, or I don't know. It could literally be anything, right? So you'll have all of that in here, but it's all in one place, you guys. Everything is in one place. So this really eliminates all the need for all of the different software systems, and it's free. So that's amazing, because especially as a small business owner, you don't want to be paying for all these different things. I feel like I am in like 10 different softwares and they all have capabilities to do this, but it's just like not exactly what you need. This you can create to be whatever you need. I don't know. I'm a huge fan. So let me just show you one last column. If you're in my business, I have all of my team members over here. Or I would say my lines 1 through 3, because those are the ones that I have the most reaching out to do. So I list them over here and you can tag them. Did I show tags? I don't think I showed tags. Let me go show you tags. This is also cool. So in here in purchases, this is where I'm currently really utilizing this. If you go Tab T, it brings up tags. So let's put in some of these lip sense colors she got. So Bombshell, and she has Sugar Plum. That didn't save for some reason. All right, so Sugar Plum and Bombshell. So you can search for tags, or if you're in here and you click on the tag, it brings up every client that has that. Are you serious? So if you're running a sale on something like our color correcting tinted moisturizer, or foundations or mascaras, or something that your clients that love those products might want to know, you can click that tag and it's going to bring up an entire list for you. So that way you can easily let them know, hey, I just want to make sure you saw, there's no pressure, to make a purchase, but I want to let you know I have a sale going on mascara. I know you're going to be due soon for a new tube. I mean, amazing. So you can literally do that for anything. If you have an upcoming event that you met a ton of people at, you can click on that and bring up the whole list of previous clients that went to that event with you. So you can be like, hey, did you see that this event is happening? I don't know. The opportunities and options with this are just so endless. And I really hope you guys take a second to utilize this for your business. And I would love to know what you do. Okay, so now that you have seen all of the intricate details that I track in my Asana CRM software, just know you can totally streamline that process and not track as much as me, or track even more. It just depends on you and your business and what you prefer. But if you found this video helpful, I would love if you followed along on our other social media platforms for daily tips and tricks, and at 15hats.com for more in-depth content, and hope to see you next time. This free resource for us. Oh God, sorry.